Pick a card, any card. How much noise would it make if I shake them all at once? You want a burger to go along with that shake? Oh, I'm such a dork. Hi, it's me, JD, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making shaker cards, and if you don't know what a shaker card is, it's basically a card that has some kind of shakeable, see-through kind of element to it, and it adds a really fun, dimensional, interactive element to your paper crafts. I'm going to show you 10 different ways to make a shaker card. First things first, you gotta get the supplies. And for shaker cards, you generally need some cardstock, some double-sided tape and some foam tape, some acetate or vellum or some other transparent but still sturdy element to help seal in your shaker bits, and some dies and a die cutting machine, or you can use a ruler and scissors to hand cut your shape out. And then, of course, we cannot forget about all of these sequins or gems or seed beads or anything that you can think of to help put in your actual shaker. So we're going to start off with the most basic shaker card, which is your window shaker card. You are first going to need a frame, and so I use a rectangle die to cut out a rectangle frame. Then you'll need some kind of background for your frame. This could either be the note card itself or a separate frame. Once that's done, you're going to need to cut a piece of acetate down to size to go on the back of your frame. From there, you'll want to adhere your acetate to the back of your frame using some double-sided adhesive. I find that this brand of double-sided tape is the best kind of tape to adhere acetate, which is a very slippery surface, so you'll want to avoid like liquid adhesives like glue. Next, you'll want to build the reservoir for all of your sequins or shaker bits. I prefer to use foam tape just because it adds dimension to my shaker cards. For some reason, I always put the extra tape on the back of my hand. I feel like people who sew have that push pin bracelets. Well, people who make cards need like some kind of bracelet with tape or just to hold extra tape or something. I'm gonna trademark that. That's mine. Thank you. Okay, once you put down your shaker bits or sequins down on your foundation, it's time to peel up the foam tape, and then you're going to make like crane and get right over the top of your project so you can see straight down and hover it over and lay it over as straight as possible. Even if you mess up, you can always trim off the excess. And that is your basic shaker card. So I've got the same exact steps as the previous basic window shaker card, except this time we're going to be making a flat shaker card. You want to use some really flat sequins or confetti for this type of shaker card. I'm not using any foam tape. I'm just going to use the regular double-sided adhesive on the back of my acetate. Same as before, just not using foam tape. You're going to peel off the backing. Now for flat shaker cards, you want to make sure that the sequin bits or the shaker bits are where you want them to be, because there's literally not a whole lot of wiggle room when you're making a flat shaker card. And this one will go through the mail much more easily than if you had used foam tape. The next type of shaker card we're going to make is one using shape dies. So I have a shape die that's supposed to represent the bottom of a balloon. You see here that the balloon die cut off the corner in the shape of a balloon, but if you were to put the backing on it, you'll see that there's no top. You'll need some kind of frame to help seal in all of your sequin parts. That's why I ran another rectangle die, and that'll be my frame to help cover the sides up and give me a nice sealed reservoir for all of my sequin bits. Come on. Jennifer McGuire never has these kind of peeling problems. She's a one-shot peeler. And now you seal the whole thing. And press that down. And that is using shape dies to make a shaker card. The next kind of shaker card you can make is using word die. Instead of having a traditional window for your shaker, you're going to use your word dies. That'll be your window. And for this type of technique, the thicker the word die, the better it'll work, because you'll be able to see your shaker bits more. Keep all the little elements of your words. So on here I got all the inner part of the B, the inner part of the E and stuff, so it'll make sense for your recipient. I don't know what that is, but I'll probably need it. First you can add your acetate to your frame. Piece on there like so. I need to fill in the middle of the E's and the middle of the B's, and what I'm gonna try to use just tape runner for that, and hopefully these little bits will stick. Assuming you are the... Don't judge me. Whoever gets this card is gonna have my DNA. You know what? I licked the envelope. What's the difference between that and licking the card? From there, we're gonna attach foam tape. How am I gonna do the sides? I should have thought of that. This will be interesting. So I got this foam tape recommended by Christina Warner, and it's like long, skinny strips, which will be perfect for the sides. Thank you, K Warner Design. I want to make sure every corner is touching. Okay, and then this card is finished. The next way to make a shaker card is what I like to call a see-through shaker card, meaning you can see from the front of the card all the way to the back of the card. And how I'm going to do that is with the use of this. I know you can't really see it, but it is a basically a clear card. It's this will help out a lot, so it'll cut down on the measuring and accuracy that I need to use for my see-through shaker card. I have this die. This will be the centerpiece of my see-through shaker card. Once you have one card panel done, you're going to use the exact same die and do your darndest to place it in the exact same position on another piece of cardstock. Another piece of cardstock. Put these two together. I'm going to hold it together with some low-tack tape. And what I do is kind of feel around to make sure it's on there. I can also lift this up to see if it's on there. Tape that down. And I'll run this through my die cutting machine. So if all goes according to plan, I should have two of the exact same pieces. Ah! Low-tack tape my patootie. Now I'm going to add adhesive to the back of the front panel to attach it to the front of the clear card. That's why we made another panel, because I'm going to use this panel as my shaker reservoir as well as to cover up all this yuckiness. We're going to set that aside. This thing is still, what do you call that? Poke through. Not see through, but poke through. What we're going to have to do is put another piece of acetate on the front, like so. I'm using the outside edge of the square as a guide. Okay, please, card making gods, let this work. Woohoo! Now I know what you're thinking, like, hello, there's nowhere to write a sentiment. Bam! There's your card. This video was so epic that I needed to change outfits. We're going to make the next card using a shaker pouch. This little gizmo gadget makes shaker cards a lot easier. I mean, they're at a higher price point than acetate, but when you have such oddly shaped shapes, you don't always have the time to fussy cut them. So for this margarita cup glass thing, I thought using these pouches would come in handy. And then I've already gone ahead and cut out my pieces from this die set. Just get my glue and then layer these pieces together. So what is a shaker card without shaker bits, and what is a margarita without some ice cubes? Ah! Not dry. There we go. Okay, well, the next card we're going to be making is a shaker card which has a removable shaker. So continuing on, I'm going to make this little present from this die set. So now it's time to assemble all of our pieces together using my disappearing glue. Found it! What's a Tiffany's box without diamonds? And having a removable shaker is great because you could use it as like a bonus gift. You know, it could be an ornament or something they hang at their desk. You know, just something that maybe has a little more longevity than a greeting card. Whoa, that's a lot. Oh well. How pretty is that? This would be so cute if I had white ribbon, but I don't, so we're going with white embroidery floss. I've also cut out 2 pieces of Velcro. You can get this at like any office supply store, and that's what's going to make my shaker removable. So, and thankfully this already has some adhesive on it, so I'm just going to use that to adhere my string. Center that over my card front, and voila! And on the inside of your card, you can write, you know, whatever message saying that, hey, you can take this off and use it on to hang up wherever you want it to. Alright, the next way of making a shaker card is to put the shaker card on the inside of the card. You know, normally shaker cards are always on the outside and they're part of the front of the card, but this way your recipient will think, you know, it's a regular card on the front, and then when they open it, they have a really nice, fun surprise on the inside. I mean, your first initial thought about making an inside shaker card is to like make the shaker and then place it inside of the card, but that's the hard way. Don't do that. And I kind of just work with the inside of the card, and you know, put all my die cuts in there, do my die cutting on the inside of the card, and then have the shaker part on the back, you know, just plop it right up against there. And I think that's a little bit easier than measuring it out and making sure, you know, your shaker mechanism actually fits in the card, and then your card will close. But I've only done this like once before, so we'll see if it works. No, I'm kidding. It does work. And I'll show you how. My whole piece is 8.5. I can't math right now. 8.5 by 5.5. Yep. And like I said, I'm gonna work on the inside of the card. So I'll place my die on the inside. Okay, and then I'll just run it like this through my die cut machine. Excuse me. Why is it so hard? broke it. Oh my god. What? It's stuck. Okay, go the other way. Anywho. Oh, well, maybe because I used a shim. That's probably why I got stuck. But I needed to get all the intricate pieces out. Like I was saying, once you have all the pieces cut out, you're going to flip the whole thing over, and then you're going to take your acetate and some double-sided tape and stick your acetate to the back of your card. Like the other shaker cards, you're just going to build up your well, alright, and then you want to use foam tape to make the rest of the card level as possible. So for this, I'm using chunky glitter and regular glitter. Going in. Woo! Okay. There we go. Yay! Look at it! Okay, so the next shaker card we're going to make involves using tulle. And I think Jennifer McGuire was the first one, or one of the first ones to incorporate tulle into shaker cards. So I'll link her video below. Or after watching her video, it's a great tool for making shaker cards because it's affordable. I mean, tulle is affordable, and you get it in any color, and it's clear, but it's also sturdy enough to hold all of your shaker bits in. So same way you would do a shaker card with acetate is you just use some double-sided adhesive to get your tulle on there. And I lost my tulle. Seriously, where'd it go? Oh my god, where did it go? Oh, in front of my face. Tulle right on there. It's hard to see on camera, but it's there. Once you got your foam tape on there, it's time to put down your shaker bits. Maybe a little more. I always do this. Maybe a little more, and then the whole thing dumps out. You know what? That's looking kind of plain. Just kidding. So I'm gonna do some ink blending, so you know the white isn't so contrasting with the turquoise teal shade of my card front. Okay. Oh, it's not centered at all. That's alright. Magic of scissors. It'll be like it never even happened. Ah! Why is it coming out? Oh, it's not stuck all the way down. I got too excited to shake the shaker, and we've had some casualties. There we go. Nothing's coming out now. Another way to use shaker cards is to use vellum in place of acetate or tulle. And as you can see, vellum is still somewhat transparent, but it's a little more muted, which gives a cool frosted glass look to your shaker cards. So for this card, I'm using this die set that features like a bunch of different dies for like nail polish cards. I've already started the die cutting process. So I've cut it out of some foam because I really want some dimension for this card. I will be using seed beads, and I really want those to move around and not get trapped in there. Next, I'm going to put my cardstock layer on there, which is cardstock foil, this mirror cardstock, which is super, super reflective. Before I do this though, I hand cut a piece of vellum that would be in my glass area. And so I'm just gonna sandwich that right in between there. Should the trace this just so I know where to put my seed beads. There's a love-hate relationship with seed beads. They're so cute and they make shakers so much more fun because they add a sound element. However, they get everywhere. When you're working with seed beads, oh gosh, here we go. Be careful. Try not to sneeze or work in a place that, you know, has a big old fan going, or the door might open and then all your seed beads go flying everywhere with a big gust of wind. Because I traced it, I know exactly where to put it and align it. I'm not going to make the same mistake before. I'm going to let this dry before I shake it because, oh god, seed beads in the carpet, Not today, Satan, At least you can still see some of it in there, but man, it's, look at the sound. Look at the sound. Hear the sound. Okay, so let's quickly recap how I turned all of my shaker projects into actual shaker cards. The first card is a regular window shaker card. The next card was a flat window shaker card. And you can see the difference between the flat card and the window card. It doesn't have as much dimension, so it'll be easier to send this card to the mail. Depending on what kind of shaker bits you use, there might not be as much movement in this kind of shaker card. And then we use shape dies to make our shaker cards. And then we use sentiment dies, or you can use alphabet dies. And then we made a see-through shaker card all the way to the back. You can see all the way through. And then we made a shaker card using shaker pouches, which is great for those who are short on time. And then we have a shaker card with a removable shaker. And like I said, you can write on the inside so your participant knows to remove this part of the card. Then we have an inside shaker card. So for this card, it's clean and simple on the inside, and then as soon as you open it, boom! And then we have a shaker card using tulle, which is great for a different kind of texture. And then finally we have a shaker card using vellum, which makes for a great frosted glass, kind of muted shaker. Let me know down in the comments which of these shaker cards was your favorite, and be sure to hit the subscribe button before you go. Thanks!